Hey, fourth grade. Today we are taking a virtual field trip to the Vulcan. This is in Birmingham, Alabama. It's where you can find the Vulcan. I've never been, but I did some research and I was studying up on this piece, and now I want to go. I don't know about you, but I think that you will after we watch this too. So right now we're studying the early 1900s in Alabama history, and so the Vulcan was first, founded in 1902. Or 1903, I believe. But anyway, here's you a little bit of background, or a lot of background, because I loved learning about this. Okay, so we've got the Vulcan, largest Iron Man in the world, and the second largest statue in America. He's 50 feet tall and weighs 120,000 pounds. It says he's the second largest statue in America. I wonder what the first one is. The first person that to send me an email and tell me the first largest statue in America, I'll give you 10 extra points on your lowest social studies grade. So it was 120,000 pounds. One of his thumbs, that is, weighs 170 pounds, which is more than what I weigh. So that's a lot. This statue is mounted on a 120-foot pedestal atop Red Mountain, and I'll show you where Red Mountain is in just a minute. It's in Birmingham. It typifies the natural resources of the district, the only place in the world where coal, iron, and limestone, and three essentials for making steel are found together in large deposits. So guess what he's made out of? The Vulcan, which is Birmingham, Alabama's colossal statue, is the world's largest cast iron statue and considered one of the most memorable works of civic art in the United States. Designed by Italian artist Giuseppe Moretti and cast from local iron in 1904. That means he was made from local iron right there in Birmingham, Alabama. The Vulcan has overlooked Alabama's largest city from atop Red Mountain since the 1930s. By 1999, the 50-ton statue was in desperate need of repair. The surrounding 10-acre park was closed. Vulcan was removed from his pedestal. Realizing Vulcan's importance to the region's history, city leaders sought public support for its restoration, forming the nonprofit Vulcan Park Foundation. The foundation would oversee a master plan to return the colossal statue to its 1904 grandeur. They also created a dynamic educational park complex interpreting Alabama's rich industrial history for both residents and visitors from across the globe. Today, thanks to public and private partnerships of a $15.5 million campaign, this beloved symbol of Birmingham and the nation's iron and steel industry stands preserved and proud as the centerpiece of its rehabilitated and expanded park, now referred to as the Vulcan Park and Museum. Meet Vulcan and learn the fascinating history that makes him so significant to Birmingham. Now here I've got some links for you, and this is just another picture of the Vulcan. Two more links, Red Mountain Park, and other links to explore. I'm going to flip back over, though, to my PowerPoint, because on my PowerPoint, this is the only way that I can show you the links. All right, so this is a virtual park tour of the Vulcan. Thank you for your patience. This is an introduction to the Vulcan Park.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today for a virtual tour of Vulcan Park and Museum. I'm Casey and I work in the education department here. I am so excited to have you, and I hope that you enjoy this introduction to our museum, which focuses on the history of the city of Birmingham and of course Vulcan himself. If you have any questions, please comment below and be sure to follow us on social media for updates and info about our next episode.
Welcome to Vulcan Park and Museum. My name is Gary Bostani and I'll be your docent today. And we're going to take a tour of Vulcan, and you're going to learn the history, Birmingham's history from the late 1870s all the way to present day Birmingham. So I want you to take a look at this wall behind me. It just goes to show you that you can make anything out of iron. If you can think of it, you can make it out of iron. Now all these items are functional items. They're made for a purpose, like the sewing machine, or the radiator, or the fire hydrant, or the truck engine, for example. Well, Vulcan is considered art. He doesn't do anything, but he's considered sculpture, not something like behind the wall. The point of this wall is that we want to show you that you can make anything out of iron. However, you have to maintain it. For example, Vulcan is outside. He's exposed to the elements. And we have to constantly keep him clean and paint him, because if you don't, he'll start to rust and it'll turn back into that red, rocky, powdery stuff that he once came from. These items, however, are inside our museum in the lobby, and they don't require much maintenance. And they'll last hundreds and hundreds of years as long as they're not exposed to the elements. So we wanted to show you this example that you can make anything out of iron. And the recipe goes back thousands of years. It hasn't changed. Let me give you some facts about Vulcan. Vulcan is the largest cast iron statue in the entire world. He's 115 years old. He's over 56 feet tall, and he weighs over 110,000 pounds. He's put together in 21 gigantic pieces. And he's also the 14th largest statue in the United States. Again, he is the largest cast iron statue in the entire world. And he was made right here in Birmingham in 1904 to represent all the people in the World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri. The population of Birmingham in 1904 was roughly 40,000 people. And everybody either worked directly or indirectly in the iron and steel industry. So there was a huge fair in St. Louis, and all the city leaders got together and said, you know, we're not being represented, so what can we do? They said, well, let's build a gigantic statue out of iron. And it was almost inconceivable at that time, but they were able to do it. So that's why Vulcan is here today. And the reason he's here today is because Birmingham is one of the rarest places on the entire planet that has all three ingredients that you need to make iron and steel. And that is iron ore, limestone, and coal. They are abundant within a 75-mile radius of Birmingham, and mines are all over this mountain, even as far as Tuscaloosa. Also, there was what's called the Old Mineral Railroad, and that railroad was about 150 miles of tracks. And it collected all the rocks, the iron ore, the limestone, and the coal, to take to the foundries downtown where they made all the iron and steel. So that's why and how it all started, right here.